Most women don't have an identity problem. They have an alignment problem. Because when your identity is clear, your decisions get easier, your boundaries get stronger, and your peace stop being negotiable. And if something in your life feels off right now, that there's a good chance your identity is out of alignment.
Layers peeling back, one by one. Wrinkles whisper where the time has gone. A tear in my eye from the sting of truth.
Hey, welcome back. This is Andrea with Beautiful Onions, and we are wrapping up the Identity series today. And next, we'll be stepping into the health series. But before we go to the health series, I want to bring everything together from the identity series. So then you will have a good foundation of what we have covered, and we'll move right on into the health series. First, scripture for today is Romans 12:2. Do not be shaped by this world. Instead, be changed within by a new way of thinking. Then you will be able to decide what God wants for you. You will know what is good and pleasing to Him and what is perfect. Amen. Identity is not something you perform. It's something that has to be renewed. Okay. So we're going to move on to the first episode of the Identity series, which was number 6, episode 6, which was Identity with God. Identity with God is where everything began to shift. This is when God start moving you out of who you used to be. And yes, it could feel a little like you're lost because you used to be doing these things for the last 30 years and He don't want you to do that anymore. So you might seem confused too. But it is not a lost feeling, it is an alignment feeling. He is trying to align you. Old roles no longer fit you. Closed doors become directions for you. Because if the door closed, you can't be upset. He closed it for you. You accept it. Titles change. You might not be a supervisor anymore. You might have moved. He might have moved you to another whole career. So, with that being said, surrender is what brings clarity. You need to surrender those titles and then get the peace you need. Your past did not define you, but it prepared you. And identity is not just about you, it's a connection to serve God and walking in the calling He placed on your life. So, with episode 6, Identity with God, the reflection questions would be: what no longer fits you? What doors have closed that you are still trying to reopen? So, if you want to get more and go in deep with that, you have to go on over to beautifulonions.com and click on Identity with God in the resource area and get the whole bonus worksheet and listen to the whole series of Identity with God. Next, we're going to move into episode 7, which is Identity with Self. Now, you're forced to face yourself. Identity with self requires honesty. You didn't just survive, you were preserved in many things that have happened to you throughout your life. And if you were preserved, there is a responsibility attached to your life. When your life is over, what are they going to remember you for? Okay. Look back starts to look a little different now, because if you think about what they're going to remember you for, we might need to be making some changes. What did you learn through the life that you have lived? Through all those years of building, raising, loving. Who did you help? Did you help your neighbor, the grandmother that lived next door? Were you kind to her? Who did God use you to reach when they were tired, confused, or ready to give up? That conversation you had with that little girl, that little boy, what patterns kept showing up? Midlife is not becoming someone new, it's becoming honest about who you already are. The reflections for this identity with self, you need to ask these questions. What does your life represent right now? Preservation means responsibility. And if God kept you, there is something He expects from you to steward. Okay, that was identity with self. It was if you want more detail, you have to go to beautifulonions.com and check the resources out on my homepage. But a short CTA, and we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. But before we go to the CTA, I have here my natural menopause healing book that if you go to my webpage, it's a little over 200 pages, and it can help with your symptoms of menopause, tracking them. Actually, this book help you when you go to the doctor because it gives you the tracking pages in the back so you can track different things. And when you go to the doctor, it give you questions on what you should ask them so you can be more informed about menopause and the symptoms. It gives you in the front of my book the top 40 symptoms, and you can be able to discuss with the doctor. So please go over to Beautiful Onions and get you a copy. Thank you. We'll be back with a short break.
Morning break.
Oh, welcome back. We are back here to continue our identity series review, and we're going to start off with identity with a assignment. This was the fourth series in the identity series. In assignment, um, this is just because you can do something. Doesn't mean that you are still assigned to do it. God might have pushed out those old assignments and giving you new assignments, but you're not going through those doors. So your resume may be strong. Your resume open a lot of doors for you, but it cannot give you peace. You know, we have jobs that we've done for years and built wonderful careers, and sometimes we do not have peace at those jobs anymore in our midlife. Peace matters more than position. There is a difference between being capable and calling. For many years, we are capable to do a job because we have learned, we've trained, and we know how to manage and do jobs. But capable is a skill. Calling is when God has given you the assignment. You can perform well and still be out of a line. That is exhaustion. You are no longer building just for income now. When we get in our midlife, we're not building for income. We should have already done that, but some are, but income don't always mean peace either. So we need to build for inheritance. A job pays you, but an assignment from God multiplies through you. Okay. So the reflection here is where are you operating from? Is it a capacity or is it your assignment? I'm going to say that again because sometimes we still on a job that we don't like and we still doing it and we still haven't figured or we haven't listened to what God assignment is and moved in that direction. So the question is, where are you operating from? Capability instead of assignment. So in episode 8, Identity of Assignment, it talks about what God has assigned you to do, and are you in that area? Okay, so go on over to Beautiful Onions and get the bonus sheet and relook at that episode if you need more detail. Next will be uh, episode 9, Identity with Strength. Okay, this one here was the last of these 3 episodes, and you did not say what you really felt. You did not say what you actually really needed. You did not say what actually happened to your body. And when menopause hit, everything shifts at once. Your body changed, your emotions changed, your thoughts changed. And what made it harder was that nobody explained anything clearly, even the doctors. So by staying quiet costs you more than speaking up. Silence do not protect you. It drains you. You know how we get into the mood that I don't feel like bothering. I'm just going to be quiet and go about my business. I ain't talking. I'm just going to deal with this. No, you staying quiet to keep peace, but lose yourself in the process. That's where the depression comes. That's where the additional stress comes, because you're not speaking out and letting people know exactly what you need. So when you tell people no, it's not rejection if you don't want to be bothered. No, it's protection. So if you telling people no, it's protection for you. You didn't become strong. You stop ignoring the strength already in you. Strength is boundaries. When we say something to somebody, we tell them, no, I'm not doing that. No, you need to listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you what is going on in me, and so you can understand. So strength is boundaries. Strength is consistency. Strength is choosing yourself. So the reflection here is, where are you still shrinking when you should be standing with strength? Okay. We wrap that up with identity with God, who created you, identity with self, who you really are, identity with assignment, what you call to do, and identity with strength, how you stand in it. Identity is not something you figured out once. It is something that you return to daily. All right. That is our final for identity. And you are living, you got to live aligned or perform, and stop performing old versions of you. You got to stay aligned, you got to stay honest, and you got to stay rooted. So Beautiful Onions have completed the second pillar of identity and rise again. Short break, and we'll be back with the health series. And what you need to do is go on over to Beautiful Onions at Beautiful, BeautifulFulionios.com, Beautiful Onions. And check out some of my resources. I have a music lounge there. I have a resources of short blogs you can look at. And also, in a few weeks, we'll have our art in there. So the art will be there for you to take a look at and enjoy. But please go over to beautifulonions.com, hit subscribe, follow me, and get the book. I need you to get this book. This book is a toolkit for you that you can use. People have been stating that on the back of it how well it has helped them already. And if you haven't gotten the book, you are missing out. You are going through menopause, dealing with symptoms, that this book can better help you track your symptoms, so when you go to doctor, you can be able to have that conversation with them that they think you don't know anything. But no, we're changing the script. Go on over to Beautiful Onions, and I'll be right back in about 2, 3 seconds. Right. Welcome back to Beautiful Onions, and we're going to review what the health pillar is going to be about. We are moving into the health pillar for Rise Again, which was the reset pillar was the first one. The identity pillar is the second one. The third one was health, and the fourth one is opportunity. So we've already completed 2 of them. So the health is what gives you the capacity to carry it. Okay. Everything we've been doing, resetting our body, knowing who we are. This one here, when you think of health, it's not just talking about eating better or losing weight or moving your body. Health we're talking about is about a whole health. This is not just it's your whole body. It's just not pieces. Your health is not pieces. It's multiple things. So let me explain to this. This is how I view health. Your body, your mind, your habits, your emotionals, your environment, and your spirit. So in my health series that I have built, it's everything. It's your whole body. It's just not one piece of let's exercise and let's eat right. No, it's not that. Because if one area is off, it affects everything else. You can have a vision and still be exhausted. Okay? You can hear God clearly and still be overwhelmed. You can know your purpose and still not have the strength to walk in it. So, in this next section, we're going to deal with that. We're going to walk through health layer by layer. Let me show you what we're going to do. So, we're going to first start off going into health wake up. This is where we stop ignoring what our body has been trying to say to us. We're going to talk about how your body is not working against you, it's communicating with you. Fatigue, stress, weight shift, that sleep issues. These are not random, they're signals. And before we can fix anything, we're going to learn how to listen. Then we're going into the physical health. This is your body, movement, strength, stamina, not perfection, not extremes. We're going to talk about what it looks like to actually take care of your body in a real sustainable way. What does daily movement look like? What does consistency look like? Because you don't need to do everything. You just need to do something that you can maintain. Okay. Next, we'll move from there into mental health. This is your thinking, your clarity, your ability to make decisions. We're going to deal with being overwhelmed, brain fog, scattered thinking, and mental fatigue. Because if your mind is unclear, your life will feel unclear. And we're going to bring that back into alignment. The third one, we will be going into body signals. This is where you start paying attention to what your body has been telling you. All along, your hormones, the stress, your energy is levels, the sleep patterns. We're not guessing, we observing because your body speaks first. We just haven't always been listening. Next, we'll be dealing with your emotional health. What have you been carrying for years? The pressure, the grief, the anger, the responsibility of being the strong one. We're going to talk about what happened when emotional weight sits in your body too long and how healing is not weakness. and how your healing is not weakness. It's necessary. It's necessary for you to heal. Next, we'll be moving into behavior health. This is where we get honest about what we actually do every day. Your habits, your routine, sorry, your disciplines. Because it's not what you say you want, it's what you consistently do that shapes your life. And we're going to build patterns that actually support the life you're trying to live. After that, we go into environmental health. What's surrounding you matters more than you think. Your space, your conversations, your noise, your peace, because you can't build a healthy life in a chaotic environment and expect it to sustain. So, where we're going to elevate what needs to shift around you. Then the last pillar is the most important one. This is where we're going to anchor everything in your spiritual health and stewardship. This is your foundation. How you care for what God has given you, how you rest, how you obey, how you stay aligned, because your body is not separate from your faith. It's part of your responsibility. And we're going to bring that back into alignment. And finally, we'll close this section with the rebuild health one layer at a time review. Because here's the truth. You don't fix everything at once. Health is not a quick transformation. It's a lot of different layers. It 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 is layered, and we have to start rebuilding that different layers and doing different things. And we're going to talk about that with like to restore your life piece by piece, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, because everything is a connection. So this is where we're going. We're not rushing through this. We're not pretending. We're not ignoring what needs to be addressed. We're going to rebuild your health the right way, because you can't step into what's next, which is opportunity, until you're stronger enough to carry it, until you are strong enough to carry it. Let's move into the health wake up call. That is the motto for this health series. Health is not what you do, it's who you are across every layer. Remember that. Keep that in your mental. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this episode. We finished identity. And if any part of this resonated with you, share it with someone. Let someone know. Go go and comment on it. I have a review out there. If you like my podcast, make a comment, a review about my podcast. So go to Beautiful Onion, subscribe, stay connected. Take your time going through the resources. I really love your feedback. Let me ask you this before we go. Where are you right now with your health? And what is your body trying to tell you that you may have been ignoring? Let me know. Thank you again for being here. I see you next week as we step into the health series. Stay aligned, stay honest, and stay rooted. We are peeling back each layer. See ya.